Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. Welcome if you're new. It feels like forever since I've sat down and filmed at home because the last two vlogs, the last one I was not at home, I was in Portland. I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. I just had a week in Portland with my mom. And the one before that, it was me and my mom building a chicken coop, but I kind of made it like non-chatty, just music with short clips of the last few weeks of just life kind of out here in the country. But I wanted to sit down and go over my book haul. I got some books when I was in Portland and yeah, I want to go through them with you guys. I thrifted these and then I also went to Powell's Books. I think it's only a Portland bookstore. I have to double check because I think they have two locations that I could find, and I think they're both in Portland or they're both in Oregon. But we don't have one here in Texas, and if we did, it'd be a nightmare for me and my budget. I've got my pumpkin spice oat milk because it's too late in the day to have a coffee. I was thinking about it, but it's just too late in the day. So I have my pumpkin spice oat milk. I'm gonna sip on this and take you guys through all the books that I got. First book that I have is called The Weekend by Charlotte Wood. Four older women have a lifelong friendship of I cannot speak today, oh my gosh. Four older women have a lifelong friendship of the best kind. Loving, practical, frank, and steadfast. But when Sylvie dies, the ground shifts dangerously for the remaining three. They are Jude, a once famous restaurateur, Wendy, an acclaimed public intellectual, and Adele, a renowned actress now mostly out of work. For one last summer weekend, the grieving women gather at Sylvie's beach house as they have done for so many years, this time to clean it out before it's sold. Without Sylvie to maintain the group's delicate equilibrium, frustrations build. Fraying tempers, unwelcome guests, an elderly dog, and too much wine collide, lifting long-buried hurts to the surface, but also revealing the honest inner layers of these women and their meaningful shared history. I like the idea of, hopefully it's a multi-POV book. I love those. I know some people don't like them. I love multiple POV. I think just because I'm naturally inquisitive, I like knowing people's thoughts as much as I possibly can. So I like the idea that this is going to be going into three different women, and even probably Sylvie's past, even though she's passed, just to see what really connected them and what maybe caused them to break apart. So thought this would be nice. This is definitely a Netflix show or movie. I've heard of it before. I didn't even know it was a book, I'll be completely honest with you, but I'm definitely one of those people that would prefer a book to the movie or the show. I feel like the book always does, like, it's always really, really well done, and I feel like sometimes the movies and shows just don't do it justice, but I'm a little biased, so don't take, you know, if you saw the show or the movie and you loved it, the book is probably going to be amazing for me. But this is called Anatomy of a Scandal by Sarah Vaughan, and it says, Sophie Whitehouse has a lovely home, two adorable children, and a handsome, successful husband. That's where it all starts. In other words, she has the perfect life. But everything changes the night her husband James comes home and makes a shocking confession. Suddenly, her neat, ordered world is turned upside down. Did she ever really know the man she married or herself? No. Okay, I'm excited to read this because I love like a mystery thriller, but something that's been bothering me so much in all of the books that I've recently read, and I don't know if I'm going to do like a books I read in July, because again, I don't want this vlog to be super long, but I'm kind of over the cheating husband thing that's in every single marriage thriller. I swear every single marriage thriller that I've read has an element of husband was cheating, or one that really grinds my gears. Oh my gosh, husband doesn't believe wife about a thing that she saw. Husband gaslights wife. Wife is obviously right. Oh my gosh, and it's not even like that's the point of the book. Like, a lot of times the point of the book isn't that it's the cheating or it's the gaslighting. It's just a facet of the book, and there's another big thing that always like irritates me. So I'm hoping I'm so excited to read it, but here's what pisses me off about it. I'm excited to read it, but I just know there's going to be a level of gaslighting from the husband to the wife about a reasonable concern that is going to piss me off, but I'm excited to read it. This is probably going to be on my August TBR because it's giving very like, not haunted mansion, but like haunted, spooky hotel. This is called Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. This one says, Just barely scraping by with her job at the tannery, which I don't know what a tannery is. I have to look that up. Just barely scraping by with her job at a tannery, she's resigned to a dreary life in the port of Dirk, caring for her younger sister Zosa. Ooh, I like that name. That is until the Hotel Magnifique comes to town. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. The hotel is legendary, not only for its whimsical enchantments, but also for its ability to travel, appearing in a different destination every morning. While Janny and Zosa can't afford the exorbitant cost of a guest stay, they can interview to join the staff and are soon whisked away on the greatest adventure of their lives. But once inside, Janny quickly discovers their contracts are unbreakable and that beneath the marvelous glamour, the hotel is hiding dangerous secrets. With the vexingly handsome doorman Belle as her only ally, Janny embarks on a mission to unravel the mystery of the magic at the heart of the hotel and free Zosa and the other staff from the cruelty of the ruthless maître d'hôtel. To succeed, she'll have to risk everything she loves, but failure would mean a fate far worse than never returning home. This is a young adult book. I got this in the young adult section at Powell's, and I'm sure I have a mix of adult and young adult, but honestly I don't really pay attention, especially since I thrift books. It's not really like I have a breakdown of what the book is not about, but you know, genre, things like that. I only get what I'm about to read from the back. This was also in the young adult section at Powell's. This is called The Twin by Natasha Preston. It says Ivy and Iris haven't lived together for years. When their mother and father divorced, each parent got custody of one twin. It's like The Parent Trap, but spooky. But after a tragic accident takes their mom's life, the devastated sisters are reunited, and Iris moves in with Ivy and their dad. Iris takes their mom's death especially hard. She barely talks, spending hours alone in her room. Ivy can't stand to see Iris so sad. She promised Iris that she can share her life now. After all, they're sisters. Twins. It's a promise that Iris takes seriously. And before long, Ivy's friends, her teachers, and even her boyfriend fall under Iris's spell. Soon, Ivy begins to think there's something wrong with her twin. It's almost like Iris is out to get her. Ivy tells herself she's being paranoid. It's not like she's in danger of her twin, but she will be. That's basically ... literally adds ... This is probably gonna be on my fall TBR, maybe August time, or maybe I'll wait until it's kind of October, spookier time. I don't know. This book I've heard so many good things about. I just haven't read it. It's called A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I hate that it has this on it, that it says only at Walmart, if it'll focus. It's not even like a sticker, it is just on there. Like, and it's technically not only at Walmart because I didn't get this at Walmart. Did I thrift this? No, I think I got this at Powell's. I got this at Powell's. So it is not only at Walmart. The lies. Pretty and popular high school senior Andy Bell was murdered by her boyfriend, Sal Singh, who then killed himself. It was all anyone could talk about. And 5 years later, Pip sees how the tragedy still haunts her town. Now a senior herself, Pip decides to re-examine the closed case for her final project. At first, just to cast doubt on the original investigation. But soon she discovers a trail of dark secrets that might actually prove Sal innocent. And the line between past and present begins to blur. Someone in Fairview doesn't want Pip digging around for answers, and now her own life might be in danger. I feel like this will be a good read. You know, I don't know. So that's that one. I'll probably, again, this will probably end up being on my fall. If I can wait October, because this is like a spooky murder mystery, perfect. Perfect for October. I'm saying this to future Chi, current Chi, all the Chis. Wait. Okay, I'm gonna preface this by saying, if you ask me, I'm a little bit of a Colleen Hoover hater because some of the books are just so not like, what? That whole, yes, a lot of her books, not a lot of them, I haven't read a bunch of them. I do have like 4 now, I think. Yeah, okay, I think I'm being judgy. Ignore that. But yeah, I think sometimes I'm a Colleen Hoover hater because I'm just like, what? Like, that's so cringy. But then here I am with another Colleen Hoover book. I got this from Powell's and this was on sale, and I just can't, a sale or thrifted book, especially by an author that I know does have a few like hits in the mix of their maybe misses. If it's on sale, I just can't say no. I think I'm just, yeah. And it's a psychological thriller, guys. I love psychological thrillers. Okay. This is Sloane will go through hell and back for those she loves, and she does so every single day. Caught up with alluring Asa Jackson, a notorious drug dealer, Sloane has finally found a lifeline to cling to, even if it's meant compromising her morals. She was in dire straits trying to pay for her brother's care until she met Asa. But as Sloane became emotionally and economically reliant on him, he in turn developed a disturbing obsession with her, one that becomes increasingly dangerous every day. When undercover DEA agent Carter enters the picture, Sloane's surprised to feel an immediate attraction between them, despite knowing that if Asa finds out, he will kill him. And Asa has always been a step ahead of everyone in his life, including Sloane. No one has ever gotten in his way. No one except Carter. Together, Sloane and Carter must find a way out before it's too late. So this is, I honestly, when I read the back of this at the store, I was like, this doesn't even seem like a Colleen Hoover book. I didn't know she wrote about, I know she wrote about like couples and trauma and devastating events, but I was like, she's talking about like a drug dealer type of thriller? Okay, Miss Hoover. The next book I have, I actually read this one already. I like knocked it out when we were in Portland actually, and then I have apparently my grocery list in here. This is called The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. I rated this a 1.5. Take that with a grain of salt. I thought it was gonna be a higher rated book for me until I got to the end and I was just kind of like, what? Like that was kind of my, yeah, like I feel I gave it a 1.5. It could have been a 2, but I don't think it's not gonna be any higher than a 2 for me. But again, take it like a grain of salt because everyone has different recommendations, different tastes. There's some people watching this that love Colleen Hoover and quite literally thumbs down this video because I said I'm kind of a Colleen Hoover hater. You know what I mean? So take this with a grain of salt. I did think it had like good promise. It could have been better. I feel like there was a piece in the book that just didn't need to happen. Trigger warning part. There is a sexual assault in this book. It does not detail the sexual assault as it's happening. It talks about what occurred. The person who was sexually assaulted describes, not super in detail, but it's triggering anyway if you just, yeah. So just want to throw that out there. There's a bit of a trigger warning I want to give you guys. So I'm gonna read the little section on the inside. It says, Patricia Campbell's life has never felt smaller. Her husband is a workaholic, her teenage kids have their own lives, her senile mother-in-law needs constant care, and she's always a step ahead or a step behind on her endless to-do list. The only thing keeping her sane is her book club, a close-knit group of Charleston women united by their love of true crime. Then James Harris walks into their life during the summer of 1993. He makes her feel things she hasn't felt in years. But when children on the other side of the town go missing, Patricia wonders if he's connected. Is he a Brad Pitt, a Bundy, or something worse? You guys read it, check it out, tell me what you think. Again, I think it had more potential than what actually occurred, but I'm also a very harsh critic of book. I think my average for the year is I'm at like 40, 50 books. I think my average is like a 2.3. And I use an app to track it, and I'll link that app below. It's like a $30 one-time purchase, or you can pay monthly, but it's like a lifetime $30, and it tracks all the books that you want to read, are reading, paused, didn't finish, things like that. So I have like, I can see my rating for the year, and I'm just a harsh critic, guys. So, you know, grain of salt. My camera is dying, but I think I can knock out these last two. My camera died, but we figured it out. I have you guys charging, and I'm gonna try to record and knock out these last 2 books. So the next book I have for you guys is History of Wolves by Emily Fridland. I did kind of start reading this one already, but I paused it because I wasn't sure if I wanted to get started on my fall TBR because I'm kind of getting into like a spooky fall mood, if you couldn't already tell. So I'm just kind of like, I still have like a book I need to finish up. It's called Evie Drake Starts Over, which is such a summer read in my opinion that I need to knock it out actually before August 1st, or I just will not be happy with myself. But the back of this one says, one of the most daring literary debuts of the year and a national bestseller, History of Wolves follows teenage Linda, who lives with her parents in an abandoned commune in rural Minnesota. When outsider Linda is taken under the wing of a seemingly ideal family across the lake, she is suddenly drawn into secrets she doesn't understand, and over the course of a summer, makes a set of choices that reverberate through her life, or throughout her life. It started off kind of good. I mean, I only got, I think like a chapter in, not even a chapter in. Oh my gosh. No, I didn't even get like a chapter in. I'm on page like 7. So, yeah. Page 7. And honestly, I'm gonna restart it when I do pick it back up because I just don't really remember. I think someone was in school, in a classroom, learning. The last book I have is from an author that I really enjoy, and I actually have the book, The Wives. It's The Wrong Family by Taryn Fisher. Juno was wrong about Winnie Crouch. Before moving in with the Crouch family, Juno thought Winnie and her husband Nigel had the perfect marriage. We know how that goes. We know how that goes. The perfect son, the perfect life. Only now that she's living in their beautiful home, she sees the cracks in the crumbling facade are too deep to ignore. Still, she isn't one to judge. After her grim diagnosis, the retired therapist simply wants a place to live out the rest of her days in peace. But that peace is shattered the day Juno overhears a chilling conversation between Winnie and Nigel. She shouldn't get involved. She really shouldn't. But this could be her chance to make a few things right. Because if you thought Juno doesn't have a secret of her own, then you were wrong about her too. I really enjoy Taryn Fisher. I think in the past I've given her books like a 3 or 3.5. So that's pretty high for me. Because again, I'm on a 2.34, 2.33 streak this year. I don't know what's going on. I quite literally think it's because I keep picking these thrillers and it ends up being like, again, what I was just ranting about earlier. Husband's gaslighting, husband's cheating, and then gaslights, and then it's just like, I feel like none of this would have happened if you left him. And then you get to the end and you're like, okay, yeah. None of this would have happened if you left him. I think the best book that I've read so far this year was Behind Her Eyes. That book was pretty dang good. I think I rated it like a 4 or 3.5. Again, I'm a harsh critic, but I got to the end, or just I started to understand what was happening, and then I ended up like Googling some things, and that's when you know if something's good to me or I'm interested in it, when I'm like, hold on, did this part mean that, da da da? And I was like, holy crap, that's creepy, but like in a good way. And then I think I had another really good read this year. Let me know if you guys want like a monthly book wrap, like books that I read, my review, my rating, and I can incorporate them into vlogs just every month. Or if you want me to do like one big one at the end of the year, which might be insanely long, like a 2024 book wrap up. And then also, I have a random question for you guys. When it comes to reading, do you guys only want to hear about the books that I've read physically? Like I, have like a physical copy of the book and I read it. You guys know I love a paperback. Or do you guys also want me to include audiobooks? Because I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I think I've listened to about 30 audiobooks so far this year, just because while I'm working, it's easier for me to have in my headphones and just listen to an audiobook. But yeah, you guys let me know. Do you also want me to include audiobooks that I've read, or do you... I know there's like a debate. Some people don't consider audiobooks reading. And I know some people consider it reading, but like a different type of reading. And I know some people that just consider it reading, period. It's like if you were picking up a book and just reading it. I've never really thought too much about it. Honestly, I didn't know that that was another topic that people are fighting about online until I stumbled on it. But you guys let me know. If you only want me to kind of go over book hauls, because I feel like that maybe makes more sense doing book hauls when they're physical books rather than audiobooks. But you guys let me know if you want me to incorporate audiobooks in my hauls, my to be reads, and then my like reviews and wrap-ups at the end of the month. Let me know and I can. If not, then I'll just stick to my physical books, because I do again have quite a few. I don't have like a library full of them, but that's not the goal, but I do read enough to one day have a library. So yeah, you guys let me know. I'm gonna stop rambling now because I know the book part was super long. I have stuff to do. I have to do dinner, and then I want to check on the little beans to see what they're up to, especially because that snake is still